Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And I'm Nicole Brady with the latest from Denver 7. Some sad news to pass along from the National Western Stock Show. Overnight, the CEO of professional bull riding confirmed rider Mason Lowe died following an accident at the stock show last night. The exact circumstances surrounding his death have not been released. This video posted to Mason's Twitter page shows how dangerous the sport of bull riding can be. This was shot in a competition in Reno just Saturday. The finals of the professional bull riding competition are supposed to take place at 7 tonight. We know there will be a tribute to Mason Lowe tonight. We do not yet know if that competition will still happen.
Today, Governor Jared Polis will meet with state legislative leaders from both parties to discuss his budget proposal. He'll take part in a joint meeting of the Budget Committee at 1:30 this afternoon. Governor Polis laid out his priorities yesterday, including a $227 million investment in full-day kindergarten for Colorado children. Right now, the state only pays for half days. The governor also wants to set aside $30 million to fund the Colorado Water Plan to help mitigate drought in rural parts of the state, and $3 million to institute a paid parental leave program for all state workers.
Contract talks between the Denver School District and the Teachers Union remain at a stalemate after the latest bargaining session. And now the district says they may not be at a place where an agreement can be reached. Superintendent Susanna Cordova says through all these contract talks, your kids remain the highest priority.
And I want to assure everyone that our commitment is to our kids as well as to our teachers, and that in the event that we don't have an agreement, we will be committed to keeping our kids safe and in school where their academic and their physical well-being can be taken care of.
Cordova says she believes there has been significant movement toward a middle ground. The district has offered a 10% increase for teachers on their side of the deal. It also posted a resource on the website where teachers can see how their salary would change under this proposal. Another bargaining session is set for tomorrow and one on Friday. Saturday, the teachers union will decide to either ratify the contract or vote to strike.
Tonight, the Adams 14 School District is expected to start reviewing applications from the groups interested in taking over the district. The management change was ordered by the state after years of poor performance. Tonight, community members will get a chance to review applications from external management organizations.
This is a chance for transformation, and that's the role that the community plays in observing and being part of this.
There will be another community meeting on January 26th to determine the final 3 candidates. In February, the community will hear from the finalists and then decide on a final pick to recommend to the district. To get involved, tonight's meeting is at Adams City High School. It starts at 5:30.
ConocoPhillips wants to build another well near the Aurora Highlands neighborhood, but this latest application has brought up an ongoing issue, and that's how close oil and gas drilling should be to homes. Now, the company has said they're willing to give some separation between homes and drilling, but that's not the case for all companies. The Aurora Oil and Gas Advisory Committee will discuss the issue today. We talked to one resident who is also a member of that committee. She says her past experiences with wells going in make her worry about additional drilling.
The issue is that people don't want heavy industry in their neighborhood. When this first started going in, there was a lot of lights, noises, smells.
The Aurora Oil and Gas Advisory Committee will meet today at 4 o'clock to talk about the issue. That meeting is happening at the Aurora Municipal Center in the Aspen Room. Reporting in Aurora, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Today, the Trump administration is calling back nearly 50,000 furloughed government employees to work unpaid as the partial government shutdown enters its 26th day. The workers include IRS agents responsible for disbursing tax refunds, food safety inspectors at the FDA, and flight safety inspectors. Meanwhile, the stalemate between President Trump and House Democrats isn't getting any closer to being resolved, and that could mean members of Congress will put in extra hours.
We certainly will not be in recess next week if the government is still shut down.
President Trump says he will sign legislation passed by Congress to provide back pay for furloughed workers, but those checks won't be issued until the shutdown is over. And we know a lot of you have many concerns about the impact of the government shutdown on your lives, specifically when it comes to health care. Because funding for the Department of Health and Human Services is already in place through September, programs like Obamacare, Medicare, and Medicaid won't likely be impacted by the shutdown. The National Institutes of Health is also still hard at work overseeing biomedical research. And perhaps most importantly of all right now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is still tracking the flu season across the country.
I'm Eric Lufer. The flu season has turned deadly. A child died just a few days ago. Another child, a 7-year-old girl, is in the hospital with a coma. That child died just a few days ago in the metro area, according to the Colorado Department of Public Health. Sadly, a family friend of the 7-year-old in a coma says it isn't looking good. A GoFundMe has been set up for Selena Wynn to pay for funeral costs. Really just heartbreaking. We have a link to that GoFundMe on the website, thedenverchannel.com. We've been telling you about the flu outbreak for weeks now. The numbers just keep getting worse. Children up to age 4 have seen the highest rate of flu-related hospitalizations this season, with about 50 per 100,000 people. Senior citizens age 65 and older have the second highest rate of hospitalizations at 42.6 per 100,000 people. So far this season, nationwide, 16 children have died because of the flu. I'm Eric Lufer, Denver 7.
There are steps you can take to cut down your chances of contracting the flu. The CDC says you should regularly clean and disinfect surfaces and objects that could be contaminated with germs. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. That's the easiest way germs can spread. And if you haven't gotten a flu shot yet, you should do so as soon as possible. The CDC says it is the best way to prevent flu, and it is never too late to get one.
This surveillance video showing a man tackling an 87-year-old woman to the ground and stealing her purse should make you mad. We first showed you this video last week following the incident at a Wheatridge Dollar Tree. So you should be glad to hear Wheatridge police have arrested 21-year-old Contrarius Alexander in connection to that video. He was arrested in Aurora yesterday. We reached out to 87-year-old Patricia Scott's family. They say she is still recovering from broken ribs.
New this morning, Kia plans to recall tens of thousands of vehicles after reports of them spontaneously catching fire. The company says the recall would cover Optimas, Sorrentos, and Kia Sportages. They think the problem is with a high-pressure fuel pump that was not installed properly. Right now, the company can't issue a formal recall because of the government shutdown. Kia has submitted the recall, but it has to be approved by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
New this morning, Littleton won't be adding new rules for short-term rental properties, at least for now. The proposed ordinance failed to pass last night. It included a long list of new regulations and changes to city zoning codes. A moratorium on new licenses for short-term rentals expired Monday. And in Greeley, city leaders voted to expand a smoking ban. Under the new rules, you can't smoke at public playgrounds, covered pavilions, state parks, or sports courts. Smoking was already banned at ball fields, swimming pools, and the Greeley Stampede's Island Grove Arena.
Right now, developers in charge of the historic Loretto Heights campus in southwest Denver say they're taking your concerns seriously as they try to finalize redevelopment plans. Last night, neighbors had a chance to weigh in on development on the 76-acre site. Many are worried about gentrification in the neighborhood. Others expressed concerns about preserving the 128-year-old campus. The developer says the space has lots of potential.
Southwest Denver has been, in my opinion, overlooked, for so long. There's nothing really cool and special about Southwest Denver. And I think we have an opportunity to take these 70 acres and make it absolutely amazing.
Last night was the first public meeting. There will be many more in the future. We'll keep you updated on when those may be.
We can't say it enough. Keep your dogs on a short leash. South Metro firefighters had to rescue a second dog in just 3 days from an icy pond. Thankfully, Ray is now back home safe with her family. Firefighters say she chased geese over a backyard fence onto the pond. Rescue crews got to her just in time.
Well, it's not every day you get to see 8 little orphaned bear cubs. So when we heard they were being relocated to the wild, we had to be there.
Yeah, these bear cubs have been in a rehab center for months after something happened to their mom. Without Mama Bear, they needed a little extra help getting back on their feet.
Wildlife officers sedated them, then drove the 8 cubs to 2 secluded parts of the woods. The plan is for them to wake up in the wild in the spring.
I think this is a big part for the public to see that we are making an impact.
For the safety of the bears, wildlife officials are not revealing their hibernation location. And now from the First Alert Weather Center, here is meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo.
That was your aw moment of the day, huh? So cute. Take a look. Now, this morning, we're starting off with some cloud cover here in town. The mountains are already seeing some snow. We're going to see some heavy snow west of the divide here within the next 24 to 48 hours. Denver's going to top out in the upper 40s this afternoon. You'll notice those winds picking up a bit, especially up and through the foothills at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. But we'll see a little bit more sunshine this afternoon. Now, overnight, skies will clear. Snow in the mountains is going to taper off at times and then pick back up. So it's going to be on and off through Friday. We'll be in the upper 20s to low 30s early tomorrow morning. And then by tomorrow afternoon, temperatures right around 50 degrees. It's going to be a little warmer with a bit more sunshine. Friday, that changes. By Friday morning, we'll start to see an increase in clouds. There is going to be a chance for some light snow on Friday. It also gets colder. Will likely only be in the upper 30s, mid to upper 30s Friday afternoon. Right now, the snow does not look like it's going to be that impactful, likely about a trace to up to an inch. Stay with Denver 7, though, and we'll track this first cold front. It's the first of two on this 7-day. Pretty mild, you guys, through the weekend, back to near 50 on Sunday, but another storm hits by Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Lisa. A Boulder woman has taken it upon herself to erase school lunch debt in her children's school district. The Boulder Valley District has more than $200,000 in unpaid lunch balances. Kate Lacroix has made it her mission to erase that debt. She's already appeared on national television and raised more than $20,000.
Donations literally coming in envelopes. A boy from Chicago sent $4 from his piggy bank.
Kate says she won't stop until that lunch debt is paid in full. You can find more information about how to donate right now on thedenverchannel.com. And this has been your Denver 7 On Demand update.
Thanks for joining us. Check back here later for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. Have a good day.